So this is a video about pregnancy and tarot. So let's start off. First of all, can tarot predict pregnancy? Absolutely, most definitely, yes, it can. However, I think it is a subject that must be handled incredibly carefully. I would never give absolutes about pregnancy in a reading. I would never promise, define, or guarantee that somebody will or could get pregnant. And if someone asks me, am I pregnant? I would most likely decline to answer that because it is not my job to diagnose any medical condition. So, yes, I read for pregnancies, but I am uber careful, and you will hear lots of coulds, and very rarely will you hear anything definitive. And you will hear me suggest that you speak to your healthcare professional a fair number of times. And I would never ever do a pregnancy reading. Could I get pregnant this year with one card? No way. I would need at least 3 spreads before I answered that question. Okay. And on my playlists, you'll see that there is a section on tarot spreads. I would start with my reflection spread. I would look at my client as they are right now. I would then probably look at their relationship. And all the way through, I am looking for signs of pregnancy. And I'm going to run through my top cards in a minute with you. So I'd look at my client, I would look at their relationship. Then I would do my 9-card grid. And again, this is in my playlist. Look at 3 cards for the past up to the present moment, 3 cards for the present moment, which are also advice, and 3 cards for the possible future. So we've done, various spreads, and all the way through, I am looking for consistency in more than one pregnancy card for each of those spreads. The most usual way that I bring up pregnancy in a reading, and in fact it happened today, is a client is asking me various questions about various areas of their life. I'm doing a number of smaller readings, and at least one of the pregnancy cards will be popping up in each one of those readings and not making sense. And so rather than a client asking, could I get pregnant, it is more usual that I will be saying to the client, if you don't want to get pregnant, please be careful, which is exactly what I said to someone today. So, oodles and oodles of caution here. I feel it's a great topic, and I'm glad someone asked me to do it, but I'm not endorsing that this is always or even ever a good reading to do. Okay, if you are reading the cards, the most important part of any tarot reading is choosing to read in the first place. And if you feel even remotely uncomfortable, don't do that spread. Okay, so that's all the warnings out of the way. My number one indicator of pregnancy is the Fool. It is an unincarnated spirit. It is a spirit without a body, or a soul without a body. We have the white rose, the same as we have in death. We have the white sun. This was the card that was popping up today in my client's reading with no particular reason. So this is my number one sort of potential pregnancy card. Another one which might be surprising, or maybe not, is the Tower. So the Tower, rather than pregnancy or a soul, can represent conception. So, not to put too fine a point on it, that is a phallic symbol. You can go as far as you want with this image, but the only thing I'm going to mention is it's a phallic symbol, and that this lightning here can be the hand of God. It can be the divine energy, the quickening, the breath of God, if you like. So I have seen the Tower represent conception, and those two together is a really powerful indication of potential pregnancy. The Empress, I think, is no great surprise to anybody. It can be a mother, but so can the Queen of Pentacles, arguably the Queen of Cups as well, but also maybe a little bit more surprising, the High Priestess. The High Priestess for me is the seed in the womb. It's to do with the underworld, the belly, and it can represent early stages of pregnancy. Any of the aces could represent pregnancy, but I think the Ace Cups and the Ace Pentacles more so. A really classic pregnancy combo would be the Empress with the Ace Pentacles. But we really need to be careful here, because what this literally means is the birth of something new. Is it a baby? Is it a house move? Is it a business? Is it a novel? We don't want to be given false definitives to somebody by saying, oh, yes, it's definitely the birth of a baby, when actually they are writing a novel that is to replace the fact that they don't have a child. So we need to be super careful. I would perhaps be more inclined to believe this is definitely a baby coming, but even then I would be cautious if it was the full, because then it is that the mother, the birthing experience, and the soul coming in. If you're asking specifically about a baby, then I wouldn't read the World, the Sun, the Ten of Cups as baby unless I was actually asking about family, or unless they were coming up with some of my sort of more focused and specific cards. And in these cards you could also include perhaps the Star, Judgment, the Nine of Cups, any of those really positive, even the Magician, any of the really positive, powerful cards. If you're asking about family and you're getting some of the baby cards, then that would be a very positive reading. Any of the pages can refer to a child. I would tend to be thinking the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups are more likely to be a baby, but it could be any one of them. But what we're really looking for is consistency of a variety of the big, what I would call the big sort of indicators of pregnancy over several spreads. Okay, I would never ever discuss potential pregnancy with a one card reading. I would be doing my reflection spread for my client. I would probably be doing, presuming that my client is in a relationship, but one never presumes, but if they are, I would be doing a reflection spread for their partner. I would probably then be doing a relationship spread. Then I would be doing my 9 card past, present, future spread. And then I would probably add in, what do we need to know? And what I'm looking for is several of these cards. I'm shuffling between each of the spreads so the cards can come back. And I am looking for repeat cards that indicate pregnancy to give me an idea of certainty. So feel free to give it a go. I will do a video at some point about the layering up of spreads, about doing several mini spreads, shuffling in between and looking for the repeat cards. I don't diagnose if someone is pregnant or not. I will rarely do a yes/no spread to see if someone's pregnant, because to me that is definitely the point to do a test or speak to your doctor. But yes, I absolutely do see pregnancy on the cards a fair number of times. Probably these are my 4 biggest indicators, but they all have other meanings as well. So they'd need to be either popping up unexpectedly or as a result of a direct question about family and pregnancy. And I would definitely be looking at, are you likely to get pregnant this year, rather than will you have a baby? Because to me that is too big for any tarot reader really to look at. I hope that's been helpful. Please use this with caution. It's a really delicate one.